All right, so I was asked to talk about twin flames because I had mentioned it in a previous video. Um, and gonna be real honest, it's a bit of a a sore spot for me because you know, I've been on the journey, I guess. So here's here's how I can lay it out for you. You have three kinds of great loves in your life. Not three specific people, but three kinds of great loves, right? You got your karmic, and that's all lessons. That's like you guys are just straight turmoil and chaos, and you're like at each other's throats, and you're like, why do they get on my nerves? But also, why don't I ever want to leave them? And you're gonna feel like this on and off clash and whatever. That's the nature of the thing. It's your growth. It's your growth. They're your they teach you all the things that you hate about relationships, right? All the things that you don't want, right? And then eventually you'll start loving yourself, right? And then you find your like soulmate, and they're another soul that you've seen in a previous life that you've probably dated or whatever, and they're fucking perfect, right? They're yang. You guys are yang yang. You're not yin yang. You're yang yang. You're vibing way too much on the same like patterns. You're just like not getting shit done. None of your spiritual work's getting done. You're enjoying yourself. You're just like fuck the world. The world could end and I'm having a great fucking time. And that's the problem with it. You're having too much fucking fun. You're enjoying it a little too much. And there's no real challenge there, right? But this is healing. This heals you from the shit that you've experienced with your karmic. And then and you could have like you can end up bouncing back to your karmic after this or whatever. Um and then eventually you get to your twin flame. And this is not another soul. This is you in another body. Like, and we've seen this with particle physics where people split a particle in half and then take one half to one side of the world, the other to the other, experiment on one, and the other half reacts as though they are still connected, right? And then we've got plants where we take one plant, we'll take a clipping off, and then once we clip off that little bit, we throw it in the water, let it grow sprouts, and then you have two plants, same soul, same plant, two different bodies, Okay, well, take that, like, imagine those evolve separately as two different beings, but they're the same dude, right? And eventually, you get to humans, where you've evolved, you've reached your human form, you're like here, doing it, whatever. But there's two of you chilling out there, right, in the universe. And you'll feel this magnetism towards them, and the magnetism you'll feel kind of a magnetism towards your karmic or your soulmate, but your twin flame, that's like you like look each other in the eyes and you're like, that's you and me. Like, I don't know. It's like it's a whole fucking journey, and the thing about them is they're not meant to be loved in a possessive way, in a jealous way, and in any other kind of way. You have to learn how to love them like you love yourself. So you literally can't have your reunion of souls until you love yourself and you're energetically connected with yourself so much that like eventually it just happens. It's magnetism or whatever. And you might not be ready for it in this life. Might not be ready for it for a few lives. Get to the point where you're cool with living without your twin flame, honestly. Because that's a whole nother set of spiritual tasks, and if life is already suffering for you, well, hold your butts when you meet your twin flame, because that's like it's like facing Shadow Link in Legend of Zelda, and you're just like, but it knows what I'm gonna do next, and they know you too well. That's your yin yang. They are the mirror of you. So like where you might be like, you might be the divine masculine, you take on those roles. Well, they complete your circuit, kind of like a battery. So then they would be the divine feminine, and then you guys are just, you find this functionality between you where it just flows. There's just, unless you're at odds with yourself and you don't like yourself, and then you, both of you, are gonna be like magnets turned backwards, and you're gonna be like, I can't stand this person. Why are they challenging? Why are they triggering me right now? And they will. They will. And, the fact that my friend was even asking about twin flames makes me feel that maybe he might have a little bit of an idea of who his twin flame may be, right? And so, and if you're feeling that way, put yourself through the fire a little bit and see, like, do they show up when you love them more or when you love you more? Like, does it happen? And some reunions aren't going to be like how you think it's going to be. Like, you might think, oh, this is going to be romantic. We're going to be together forever, da 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 da. They could be your roommate. They could be your best friend. They could be, whatever. And that's just how it be like with twin flames. Good luck. You're going to need it.